It's again, it just tells the story of it's the evil and the ugliness of people's hearts these days is everywhere.
This is Franky Rose's Think Tank. Here's your host, Franky Rose.
Hey guys, welcome to the Think Tank. What are we on? Wednesday? I think. This week is just flying by. Thanks, Dandy. Good morning to you. So what we're about to watch, actually Dandy recommended, and it does seem quite interesting. Makes me wonder what they're drinking down there. So this is Brian, I think it's Cohee. So on March 1st of 2021, he decided he was going to delete a homeless man just to see how it feels. Well, as it turns out, he was very well loved and he was noticed. So this is going to be his interview, Brian Cohee. So I don't know, we can think about it, mental illness. I'm not quite sure what's going on with this kid, but let's check this out. I'm just trying, let me see if I can get a good setup for us. All righty, so let's see what Brian Cohee has to say for himself.
Yeah. You want to look at the forum with me? I know the basics, miranda rights. Yeah, that's what it is, but I got to go over the forum with you just to make sure we both understand it, okay? Yeah. So, can we go back over, I didn't quite understand the dates or what ended up to the body. You said you tried, but it didn't work out. Can you just go back? What do you want to know? To start back at the beginning and go slow and tell me as many details as you can remember. So, because Murd going to jail for this 15 years probably. I have no idea. Because we're at the beginning. It's murder. I'm going to jail for 20 probably. But so I figure, why fight it? Okay. So what's important to me is to learn as much about you and what you did and as I can. Well, as many details as you can give me, the better. I drive a 2007 Ford 500. Okay. And I keep a small 18-inch bat in there for self-defense. Okay. And a large kitchen knife in the glove box, both for self-defense, because I don't really trust anyone or really any part of this town. So that's why I have both. And let's see. Yeah, it was the night of February 27th. It was a full moon. And I figured I could see so well, why not drive out? And I am in a bad state of mind at that time. I have major depressive disorder, so I am not thinking, shall say, positively. Okay. And I'm cruising around for an hour and a half. So I fill up on gas halfway through. And eventually driving underneath the bridge near the sheriff's office. You know, like how... Can I? Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
And Brian, before you start, when you say you have a major depressive disorder, I'm just curious what those are.
Well, actually, I have several. I have high-functioning Asperger's.
Okay.
I have ADHD and major depressive disorder.
Okay.
Major depressive, so you were wondering what that last one is?
Yeah, I know what they are. I was curious, what the exact diagnosis was and who diagnosed them.
It was Brian Phillips from Lotus Counseling. He,
Frank Phillips from which counseling?
Lotus Counseling. It was, I want to say, years ago.
Okay.
And he said, looks like you have major depressive disorder. I could be wrong. He could have not formally diagnosed me, but that's what he told me I have. So that's what I know about.
Okay.
just say this is the office, right? And this is the parking lot. Take a turn, and here is the bridge. That one. And it was right here. Okay. So the bridge right here on Grand? Yeah, the one. I'm bad with words. I'm just. Yeah. By the way, I'm a habitual late shaker. Me too. Can I get the password for your phone? They just want it is a drawing code, can I? Yeah. Draw it on there and I'll send them a picture. Or just put a big one down there and I'll send them a picture to be able to see it. Or you can do it on the wall if you want. I have a question. Mm-hmm. You said people who have committed crimes like me, do we stay in this county jail or are we moved? It all depends on what the judge says. You start off here. Okay. So, and there. Yeah, then you go do. Brian, from here? Yeah. Where did you go to school? I've went to Broadway Elementary School just across from my dad's house. Then I went to Brooklyn Middle School. Right. I did Fruita Monument High School. Well, actually, before FMHS, I went to Fruita Monument 8-9. Right. Then FMHS. Then I was transferred to R5. Oh, okay. Did you finish out at R5? I did. Did you? Graduated last year. Good for you. Okay. Do you work? Yeah. Where do you work at? Not even part-time. I was going to say part-time, not even. As a bagger / courtesy clerk for Safeway. Okay. I work anywhere from 2 to 4 days a week. Oh, okay. Which Safeway? The one right past the bridge, near this location. Oh, yeah, right over here. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Pete, are you... So we were at the bridge? Yes, I was at the bridge. I was cruising to... Yeah, there's a road underneath, right? Under the overpass. And I was driving along, and I see a shape here on the railway track. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So I go up, and as I'm looking, I see a large thing wrapped in a canvas. Okay. And I'm like, that's a homeless person. So I grab my knife, I put on 3 layers of gloves, because plastic gloves can betray their users because they're so thin, those vinyl gloves, by putting your fingerprints through. So I put on 2, 3 on one hand. I took the knife, I pulled back the canvas, and I stabbed his neck. Okay. He was panicking at first in his old man voice. He was in his 50s. I know why I call him old man. He was saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Rah?" And I just kept on stabbing his neck. Is it okay if I do a demonstration? Oh, yeah. This is him. I was straddled on top of him like this. Okay. And he couldn't fight back. It was actually surprisingly easy. I was barely breaking the sweat. I thought, oh, this guy, he's going to be tough. But no, it was actually surprisingly easy. And during the time I was growling and making animalistic noises. Why were you doing that? I suppose it was a frenzy. Okay. I was so excited, so rushed up on adrenaline and everything. But just, woo! And I paused, and he said, "Why are you doing this?" And I said, "I've been wanting to do this for a long fucking time, murder someone." And then I continued. The whole ordeal lasted about a minute and a half. Okay. And I stabbed. And when I was finished stabbing him, he took out his last breath, a grunt, and his head was halfway cut off in stabs. And all the while, no, actually, after I killed him, I just...
This guy doesn't seem to give 2 craps about what he did to this person. I mean, good Lord. The way he's describing it, he's absolutely, in my personal opinion, reliving this. What a sick little bugger. Are you kidding me?
Just couldn't stop saying stinky, dirty, stinky. I wasn't smelling anything, but. And why were you saying that? I don't know. Okay. And, but you remember doing it, so. Yeah. I suppose it was just me speaking out my mind at that moment. It was a pouring out of the mind. Were you worried about, this looks like it's pretty close to the road and stuff. Somebody seeing you or catching you? It was 11 p.m., okay. So not many were driving by. Well, it was behind the pillar. So, here's the road. Uh-huh. It was here. So people would only see a brief thing here and here. So were you worried about them seeing you? I was worried about one of them stopping. But what did you think could happen if somebody... Well, if they looked, it was quite dark under there, so they wouldn't have seen the guy unless they looked. They would have seen me holding a bloody 12-inch knife, wearing gloves, and wearing a mask to conceal my identity, a face mask. Okay. So you weren't doing it for COVID, you were doing it to hide your face? Partially. Social distancing. Right. But no one stopped, and I'm just like, proves the bystander.
So this is 8MC Investigates. They have a bunch of these and has given me permission to go over some of these with you. So a big shout out to them as well.
Fact. I noticed you had a cut on your hand. Is that from... Oh, that was when I was doing gas, when I filled up. I mentioned I filled up gas when I was driving around. Okay. I was driving around, I was on a quarter of a tank, so I filled up on gas. What happened was, because I don't want to be seen in a gas station with a knife poking out of my pocket, I put it in the car, the back seat floor. When I'm done with it, I try and grab it, but my hand slips and grabs the blade, and as I pick it up, it slices these two fingers. Okay. A lot of times if you're stabbing something like this, it'll slide. No, that knife had a guard. It was one of those knives that was Where is it? Huh? The knife? Where is it? Yeah. My dad has it. Okay. He found it in my car. And then, let's see. Yeah. And then after that, I stripped his clothes. I cut open his belly to see his guts. They're really pink.
What?
But that was morbid. Then I cut off his head. I gave him a Glasgow smile. What's that? A Joker smile.
Jesus Lord.
I destroyed his eyes by stabbing them in. Okay. And then I cut off his hands. I put those in plastic Ziploc bags. And then I cut off his right arm at this joint and at this joint. And then...
So obviously major trigger warning. As with all of these, it is running across the banner and in the description. You always have to be careful with your own self when you are watching a true crime channel, because there are a lot of things that might trigger you. There are a lot of things that are extremely disturbing. So if you are not interested, please take a step back and join us in the next stream.
Then at this arm, I tried cutting it here, and then I tried cutting it here. But what happened was I accidentally broke his bone. This one, it was poking out. And so I left that one here, partially cut, dismembered here, bone sticking out. And then I left his body there. And then I took the head, put it in a leftover box from the dinner a few nights ago. And then I took the hands, put them in the back, drove home, hid the hands and head in my room, cleaned the knife, threw away the garbage with the blood on it, and then put the blood stained, wasn't stained, it had splatters on it. I put it in the dish, in the washing machine. What What did you put in there? I put the outfit I murdered him in washing. Yeah, I was wearing. Okay. In a washing machine, put it on high speed so it would effectively remove the blood. Washed it twice. And then I tried going to sleep, but I was worried that because there was a hole in my gloves right here, I was worried that they would be able to obtain a partial print. Mm-hmm. So I figured, why not go all the way? I drove back in a different outfit, picked up his body, surprisingly heavy, put it in my trunk, and drove to the Blue Heron drop-off station. Okay. I parked. So it's like this, right? So let's say this is ground. The ramp is quite steep, and you need to have four-wheel drive to pull out of it. Okay. And my car didn't. I thought, so I pulled in. I thought that I could drive out, because I put it in reverse. A, so that it's easier to pull the body out, and B, because the back tires would provide propulsion to push up. Right. And I open the trunk. I take his body out. I put it in the water, and because I don't want fingerprints on a body, so I just try moving it with my shoes. That works successfully. He goes out some part in the river and floats off. Okay. God knows where he is now. If he's dead. So, okay. Yeah. God knows where he is now. I think my guess was that it would be discovered this morning or next morning. So keep an eye out for any river-related activity. Okay. So I can back up just so I don't lose track of where my mind is.
Oh my God, you guys. This is one twisted individual. Are you freaking kidding me? It blows my mind what humans are capable of. I mean, it shouldn't. And usually, well, I'm not surprised, I guess. I'm just disgusted. Like, what in God's green earth makes you think that you should just go out one day and do something like this? Is this mental illness? Is this, what the actual F is this?
So you cut him open, did you cut his arms off, his hands off, all that before you went home? Yeah, before I went home, I tossed the arm bits around. Like I took the right arm bit, threw it out, okay. Took the left arm bit, threw it out. So it's somewhere around that bridge? Yeah, but look in because I know crime scenes can be a very wide area. Mm-hmm. You're going to want to look in a 10-foot area. So like, this is a zoom in. So here's the road. And here's where my car was parked. His corpse is here. You're going to want a crime scene that's roughly to the railroad tracks, because they're right here, underneath the bridge, to the railroad tracks here, just to help your search. And this is the road? This is right here. This is that road. Is that, what's the name of that road? It goes to like underneath the bridge.
Yes, the road that comes on the back of are you talking about the road that goes back behind the jail?
I'm not quite sure. Or the one that goes across the river and to your house, to your mom's house. Do you mind sometime if I could show you that road? I'm really bad with streets. Well, we could get you a map. Maybe sure, a map would work. Okay. And
I've got two clarifying questions anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah, then when I tried to inevitably drive out, my car didn't come out.
From Blue Heron.
Yeah, from Blue Heron. Yeah. My car was stuck. I tried putting it full throttle. Yeah. That doesn't work. My car doesn't have four-wheel drive. Stupid me. Okay. And so then I tried putting it in low gear. I'm trying everything at this.
Right.
And it still doesn't come out. And then it slides into the river.
Oh.
My car slides into the river, me inside.
Oh.
And so I'm there in a car quickly being flooded with water.
Okay.
It is the middle of February.
It's cold.
At at night, in the river that's almost freezing, I'm drenched. I almost die. So I'm able to climb out. I don't see the body, so I assume it's traveled a bit.
Okay.
And I come up, and I'm sitting there. I need to act fast or else I'll die of hypothermia. I'm panicking a bit at this point. I'm going to be like, this is what I'm going to be remembered for, dying of hypothermia and a botched attempt at hiding a body. And I'm just like, fuck. Right, so I'm running. So I go up the road, and I'm trying to flag down the car. One doesn't come by for 5 minutes. Eventually it does. And it was an old high school friend. I don't know his last name.
What's his first name?
Keller.
I'm sorry?
K-E-L-L-R.
Okay. You don't remember his first name?
No, that's his first name.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember his last name. He's an old high school friend. He's blonde, tall, large in the middle. Yeah, he's able to, those good Samaritans
Right.
helped me call my parents to let them know my car.
So I'm going to leave the trigger warning up. I just removed a ton of trolls in the back, so be aware. So yeah, I'm going to leave this adult content up through the stream. Let's see here, guys. Yeah, Tony, nothing to hide. Legs wide open, arms open, direct eye contact. Exactly. The investigators are like, draw anywhere if it means you'll confess. Yeah, I was wondering if it's set up for that. You know, you can get those for your kids, those things where you can draw, they draw on the wall and it's safe. You just wash it off. It's what I'm wondering. Yeah, he's getting a bit defensive. This is a sick cookie.
Birds in the river.
Okay.
And this is at 2 a.m.
And what did you tell your parents? I mean, you obviously, got to tell them something. The car's in the river.
Yeah. So what I say is, I feel like I need to get out. I often do. I feel like I need to get out. Hear my thoughts. Have you ever felt that?
Yes, absolutely.
So I say that I drive down to the Blue Heron Point and just park and just turn off the car and think.
Okay.
And I tell them that I'm stupid and I park too low, and then my car slides in the river.
Okay. Did they believe you?
Yes.
Okay.
So did the police.
The police came too?
Yes, they called the police because while they were warming up, they tried 5 different tow truck companies. All of them said, "Oh, our driver's off shift," or "Oh, we don't have the proper equipment." So they called the police. So one of them told them to call the state patrol. They couldn't get the number from the state patrol, so they called 911.
Okay.
Then the police came. I didn't do a breathalyzer test because I wasn't drinking.
Was it the police or the sheriff that
It
came?
was the police.
Okay. All right.
I remember clearly they were in black or dark blue uniforms.
Sure. Okay. And you weren't drinking? Were you drinking? You were not drinking?
No, I was. I have never touched any substances.
Excellent. Okay. And while we're in that area, do you take any medications for the
I do.
ADHD? Okay.
I take.
Were you on regular amounts for that stuff?
No, I was on nothing.
Oh, didn't take any of that.
No, I only take the ADHD medicine and Adderall, amphetamine, whatever it is. I think it's amphetamine.
Uh-huh.
When I have something to do, like work, or when I'm going out.
Okay. All right. And so the police came in.
And they said, yeah, well, it's best if you just, so they called the guy who was going to come out.
Okay.
He isn't able to get it out because he's in the water in the dark feeling around.
Right.
Can't see, the river's muddy.
Right.
So they just wait until this morning to pull it out.
Oh, pulled it up this morning.
Yeah, however, what immediately caught the police's attention is blood from the body was on the reverse bumper. I forgot to wipe it off.
Haha, Shauna, wands at the ready. You guys are awesome. You guys have, when we were getting some really big numbers in here, you guys did phenomenal. You mods are like the cat's ass.
And I was so panicked because I wasn't thinking. And so when they pull it out, they immediately see blood on the bumper. And they're all thinking, we really like to get in this trunk. Fools. There is nothing in the trunk.
Ah. Okay.
And
that happened this morning?
No, they noticed it after I'd been sent home at 3 a.m.
Okay.
They noticed the blood, but yeah, this morning they noticed more blood on the door handle, the other door handle, passenger one.
Okay.
Yeah, and also the multi-layered gloves in the car. I took them out, and obviously my car went in there before I was able to throw them away.
Sure. So did the cops talk to you guys about that this morning?
Mm-hmm.
Did the cops from the police department, did they talk to you about that this morning?
No, I was not contacted.
Oh.
All they were planning to do with me today is get my insurance information.
Sure.
And they were still curious about the blood.
Did they ask you about that?
No, because they did not notice it while I was still there.
So when you say they were curious about the blood, how do you know that they were curious?
Because my parents told me.
Oh.
They saw the blood too, and they were curious, but I said, I don't know where the blood came from.
Oh.
I had no idea. They thought maybe it was just cuts, but obviously a cut doesn't produce that much blood. And they said maybe it was the recovering abscess under my arm, but that's scabbed up.
Okay.
So they were just, they didn't know what to believe this day because it's blood, it's sticky, it's sinewy, but I can't name a source. So they were just a tiny bit curious.
Okay.
Not tiny bit, they were curious.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pete, and then I we got more.
I think maybe. Thank you for the water, by the way. Sure.
Do you need more?
I will take another, please.
You know, let me go get one, okay?
And if you get what, I think you printed some of these too.
Oh, okay.
It was on Crosby. Crosby? Okay. And where's the, there's the railroad track right there? There's the sheriff's office. Like I said, you go up Bink, and there's the road, and it was on Crosby Avenue. It was on this side. Underneath. On this side? It was on this side underneath the bridge. Okay. Where I did it. So, let me just take a picture of it so I don't lose track of where I'm at here. That's okay. Oh, of course, it's a glare. Tell me, John. Thanks. That's all right. I hope I'm being cooperative. Oh, you're doing great. I'll take another one just to show you. No, you. So you could have just walked over here. I could have. There's no use trying to deceive God. So that's north, that'd be east, so it's more on the west side of Crosby. It is the west side. And you threw, what all did you throw while you were there? I mean, how many pieces am I looking for? There are 2 pieces of arm. This section and this section, just in this general area. I couldn't say where they are. Under Broadway at Crosby. By the road. Yeah, by the
I don't know if these will help guys. Oh, here's the
no, thank you. Yeah, we already got it.
Okay.
And then the body, you know where Blue Heron is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was done there. Okay. Down the little ramp thing. Yeah, the little ramp. So, so you talked about his arm, and you talked about his head. I guess you kept the head? Yeah, it was in my room, the closet. The body's a Blue Heron. What about, you said he took his clothes off of him? They're still there, along with his, in the crime scene. Did you throw them, or no, they're still there. It's just a pile of his sleeping things. Okay. Oh, they're on the back side of, there where all the blood is.
Hey,
I just say on the back side of the cemetery.
I just want to make sure I have that. So the arm and his clothes are near Crosby.
Yeah, like this. Okay. Like here's Crosby Avenue, and here's the bridge. Here's the crime scene. Here's the railroad. The arms are around this area.
Okay.
Do you think behind the pillar? Do you think he threw them past the railroad? No. Between these two? No, they're between those. Okay.
And then you said you took, was it the head and the hands?
Mm-hmm.
And when did you put that in?
Well, there's a 3 rule for bodies. I like to call it the 3 rule.
Okay, tell me about that.
3 days, the body starts to stink. No, 3 hours, rigor mortis sets in. The body stiffens. 3 days, the body starts to stink because of decomposition. 3 weeks, the body is starting to.
Yeah, this guy's got no hesitation to talk. And just he is talking about some of the most disgusting things, as if he's talking about how beautiful spring is. Like, oh my God, this guy.
Seriously decomposed.
Right, right.
3 months, the body is unrecognizable. 3 years, it turns into a skeleton.
And may I ask how you know that?
I've always had a fascination with forensics and with anatomy and physiology. That's something I made up. So that's something I don't want to sound like I'm inventing something, but that's why I coined the cerebral.
You kind of remember it that way.
Yeah.
That's your way of
Is
remembering
it accurate?
Well, somewhat. So, yeah, so what did you have the head and the hand at your house?
The head, I put, because it was starting to stink, I was planning on throwing the head and hands away.
Okay.
On the trash bag, and not in the kitchen trash, but they were both in trash bags. The head was in a trash bag, and I tied up the trash bag. Hands, I put in a trash bag as well. They were in Ziploc bags. And I was planning, do they sell empty paint buckets? I was planning to buy an empty paint bucket, put the head in it, seal it, and then I was going to throw it off in some ditch, like 340 Broadway, that area, where it would be hard to reach. And the hands I would throw in a different spot, wherever.
I'm sorry, I just want to make sure I have it right. The head is inside of a trash bag.
It was.
Well, where is it now?
In the kitchen sink. My parents searched through my room and they found the head and hands.
Okay, and so are the head and the hands in the kitchen sink now?
Last time I checked.
Okay, so they're in the kitchen sink now because your parents put them there.
But they were in my closet.
We're in your closet. And what kind of trash bag? What exact kind of trash bag?
White.
White, like a kitchen one, or what? Like
a kitchen.
Okay, white kitchen.
That you put in a trash can.
Yeah. And then what about the hands? They were inside Ziplocs, you said.
Both in the same. Both in a different trash bag.
Okay, the white kitchen trash bag.
Yes.
But now they're in the kitchen sink.
Yes.
Okay.
Still in trash bags.
Okay.
In the kitchen sink.
Okay. So that's the arms and the clothes, the head and the hands, and then the whole rest of the body you put in the river?
God knows where it is now.
Right, but it was put in there.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Jesus. In the kitchen sink.
You can keep going. I'm sorry. I just want to clarify those things.
I was just trying to cut this out real quick.
Brian, I have
He
to
does
ask
seem
a lot of
annoyed,
people
Tony.
that we have talked with.
They're silent.
Well, or they're just not as well spoken as you are, to be honest with you. You're very articulate. You're very articulate.
I think I'm bad with words.
No, I actually think you're really articulate. And you talked about you were just kind of in a bad space that night.
It was, yes.
Okay. Why were you in a bad space?
I didn't take my medicine. And plus, for years, I was wondering what murder would feel like, because you read shit like Ted Bundy and the Zodiac. They all say murder is the best feeling in the world. So I'm like, I'm going to try that.
Okay.
So for some time, I had been wondering when it would happen. I always knew I would be in this building, whether it was as a criminal or a police officer.
Okay.
Because I was planning to go in the military, go into forensics.
All right.
And
how long do you really, honestly think you've been thinking about really at some point you wanted to know what murder felt like?
a year.
Okay. All right. And you said you read books.
I read books. I have a book on forensics.
Okay. Did you read the book, the Ted Bundy book?
No, I have not read the Ted Bundy book.
Okay.
I
Probably have seen excerpts. Have you seen little comments from it or things like that?
I'm not sure what book you're talking about.
The one you mentioned, the whole stuff about Ted Bundy. A lot has been written.
No, it was on the internet.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. And Pete has studied him too. Yeah. So.
Crazy.
You know who Ed
Gain?
No, Ed in California. Ed
Kemper.
Yeah. Studied him?
I know of him. He was a Goliath. He was 6'9", 300 pounds.
So can I answer your question? Almost all those people did this for some sort of, whether they had sex with the body or it was some sexual gratification in their mind?
Criminology, there's different types of, I'm not a serial killer by no means. But with serial killers, there's different types of them. There's organized, disorganized, visionary, missionary.
I'm just wondering what gets you excited about doing it?
Well, I'm not really sexually attracted to it.
Okay. I was just asking.
It was just curiosity, more or less.
Okay. And you talked about cutting, I used to be a meat cutter. I know it's not easy, just cut off hands.
Oh yeah, it was with the knife. I was just.
Did you practice on anything else?
No.
Or how did you know how to do it?
No, I just went along as the process. The bones, I just pressed the blade down and went, severed them at the ligaments.
Okay. And how hard was it to do that? To get them actually?
Not particularly hard. I was just more frustrated. I broke a bone.
So if you hadn't got frustrated, what was your, I mean, it sounds like what you did, we know. Did you have a different plan?
The original, because I always wanted to know what it felt like to cut up someone.
Okay.
So the arms just.
So why did you stop? Why did you stop?
Because the arms were just, that's it. That's all I wanted to know was like cutting off a limb. And I'm just like, okay.
Okay. And you said you studied criminology and forensics and all that?
Not college study or school study. It's like a passing interest.
I understand. But what, were you worried about, like, leaving evidence behind or being caught?
Totally. So
tell me about that and what you did to...
Well, I was figuring the police don't, this is not to be taken offense, but police, they don't seem to care as much about high-risk individuals, homeless people, prostitutes, etc. So I was deliberately looking for someone who lived that type of life.
Okay.
And I found a homeless person, and the original goal was just leave him there. But I was worried about the fibers on the outfit I was wearing that would be on his clothes and stuff. So I deliberately messed up the clothes.
Okay.
Not cutting them up, just throwing them around. And I was worried about just how long it would take to find him, because it's a somewhat traveled road. Eventually someone with the windows down is going to smell something off. Right? Police have a nose for that type of thing. They're trained to be able to identify the smell of a corpse. So that's where the ripper idea came from, because a ripper will wash away a lot of evidence. Rippers are quite tricky. And obviously that was botched.
So how long have you been planning or looking for someone to do this with before you found this guy?
About a year.
About a year?
No, 6 months.
So have you come close or seen somebody or chickened out or anything in the past?
No. I mean, I was looking for a deliberately secluded place like that one. I wouldn't just go up in Clifton and find someone walking down the street and stab them. No, that's too public. Everyone sees that.
Well, have you looked like at the homeless places or anything in the past?
I have, yes. I would go on night drives often, maybe once every 2 weeks. And I'll just peruse the streets.
Okay. So before this guy, how close had you come in the past?
Not at all.
Not at all? You just drive around and...
Yeah, look, just try and find
Is
someone.
anybody interesting and
No.
in your mind thought of a plan? Or?
Well, occasionally when you see girls walking down the street, I take a glance at them, because it really is like Ed Kemper, where half of me says, well, I'm quite inept with women. I'm being honest, I'm no Casanova. But half of me says, I want to take that girl home.
I'm no
Casanova.
Casanova.
Feel nice. And the other half of me,
I'm no Casanova. Are you kidding me? No doubt. Ole, ole. Yeah, drink bottled water out there, my friend. I mean, everyone's losing their heads out there. Lordy, lordy.
it's just like what Ed said, is I want to see what her head looks like on a stick.
Good God.
So occasionally when I'm driving down the road, if I see someone that catches my eye, I'll just like.
This guy's super creepy.
It sounds like you thought a lot about the fibers and getting rid of the body. I don't know how sad. Were you worried about getting caught while you were doing it or before you did it?
I was worried about afterwards because for this past day, I want to say for this past day and a half, including this day, I felt so anxious because not only is my car in the river, there's blood on it. There's body parts in my house.
Oh
My parents
my
like to look at
God.
my things occasionally.
Car's stuck in the river. There's parts at his house. I mean, oh my God. Loser.
And when they see blood, and eventually when they're going to get the news that a body was found in a river, that's very much circumstantial evidence that's pointing to me. So I was very much anxious these past days that I was eventually going to get caught.
Okay. What did you think would happen if you got caught?
Well, I figured my mother would have confronted me about it, but no, she didn't even say it until the police arrived.
Good God.
I thought the police would handcuff me, but apparently I've been cooperational, so.
Do you know who the person was that you killed?
No. I took his wallet. I didn't look at it. I just picked it up, briefly scanned over it, and put it in my car. Apparently it was worn. My mom told me this before she found out that the missing person was Warren Brown, born in '63.
Okay.
White. That's it.
Okay. But where was his wallet when you took it?
And his stuff. At the here.
Well, I haven't been there. Was it in, like, on his person in his pants, or was it?
It was in his hand.
Okay.
And when I was moving his pants around, I felt it, so I pulled it out. And I'm like, souvenir.
Okay.
What kind of wallet is it?
Black.
Black.
Hard.
Okay.
It's not a soft wallet like what I have. Like, my rock wallet isn't soft, it's leather.
Mm-hmm.
But it was almost rock hard, the wallet.
Was it, do you happen to know, is it a bifold, which means two-way, or a trifold?
I think it was a trifold.
Okay.
And it had his ID in it apparently? Did you see his ID?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Your mom told you?
Yeah.
Where did you put the wallet?
My passenger seat.
Okay. So we talked about the stuff there we're going to go look for. Your mom's house in the sink apparently.
Yeah.
The knife is where?
My dad found it in the glove box. I don't know where it is.
Okay.
You won't find any blood or anything on it. I cleaned it.
And then what else are we looking for?
That's all.
His shoes, where's the guy's shoes?
All his belongings, except for his wallet, are right here.
And his head in his hands.
His head and his hands are at the house.
Yeah. And what were you wearing?
I was
Lordy.
wearing a dark blue jumper suit. Those things that the one piece zips up.
Mm-hmm.
Thing that like.
Why were you wearing that? Those things aren't very comfortable.
Actually, I think they're very comfortable.
Okay. The reason you were wearing a dark blue one-piece jumper suit?
Well, you know the movie Halloween, Michael Myers?
Mm-hmm.
He wears one of those, and for Halloween, last year, I bought that as a costume to find the mask in my room.
Okay.
And I just associated that piece of article of clothing with violence. That's why I was wearing it.
Good God.
Yes.
Okay. And what else were you wearing that night?
Brown thick shoes. You'll see them in my house. They are in the living room.
So, do you know a brand?
I'm sorry.
No, I don't know the brand. All I know is that they're brown and wet because they have blood on them.
Okay.
Murder. So I them, like one.
I think you got a blood out.
No, blood is hard to remove.
Okay.
And where are they? I'm sorry, I missed where they are.
They're in the living room
Okay, we're in the living room.
behind the couch.
Oh, Lordy.
It's a space behind the couch. It's like 5 feet by 5 feet. You'll scan.
Okay.
And yeah, usually when all you'll probably get.
Okay.
How about it isn't too much disturbed?
Well, what else were you wearing?
That's it. Or I was wearing a shirt underneath. It's one of those no longer pie. I don't know which one.
Don't remember which one. How about pants?
The jumper was the pants.
Okay, you didn't have
The
pants.
shirt underneath and the jumper
Okay, no pants on.
and underwear, but
Okay. How about socks?
socks. I was wearing a pair of dirty socks.
Where did you wash those? Or
No, I didn't wash them.
Yeah.
They're socks.
Okay, how about your gloves?
Thrown away.
Where at?
My mom's house. Look in the square trash bin. You will see the bloody trash and the gloves.
Okay.
Inside or outside?
Outside,
Okay.
near the front door.
Okay. How about, were you wearing a hat?
No hat,
Mask?
face mask,
Okay.
black.
The one you have today or a different one?
Huh?
You have it today or a different one or?
It was in my car.
Okay.
That got flooded.
Okay.
Is it still in the car?
Yeah.
Or to the best of your knowledge?
Yeah.
Okay. So the black mask and the wallet are in the car.
Yes.
The knife,
Well, I think it's the wallet in the car.
okay, the knife you don't know, but your dad took it.
I think the wallet my parents took as well.
Okay. And then the jumpsuit, the shoes.
Jumpsuits in the dryer.
Okay. So the jumpsuit's in the dryer,
And that's what you washed a couple times?
Yes.
all at your mom's house.
Yes.
Okay.
What else you use to wash it?
I put it in the washing machine, poured lots of soap in it, put it on dirt removal, stain removal, extra wash, and then I did that twice.
Okay.
And I missed one thing. I know you said that did you say the jumpsuit? You said it kind of reminded you of violence because it came from the Halloween movie?
Yeah, it was
I haven't watched the movie, so I don't know which one you're talking about.
the original.
Oh, okay, all right.
It was can't remember the brand. Yeah, it's a jumpsuit.
Okay.
What was the question?
I just wanted to know to clarify the movie because I haven't seen that. It's not my kind of movie, so I
You haven't seen Halloween?
You know, I've seen parts of it a long time
1978.
ago, probably a long time ago, but it's been a long time since I've seen that. So sorry. Okay. I have to ask, and I think you answered it, but I'm not 100% sure. You said you've thought about doing this for the last 6 months, a year.
Yeah.
Have you ever done it before?
No.
Okay. You got to ask, right?
Yeah.
How about animals? Have you practiced on anything?
Yes.
It's a pretty big step.
Tell us about that.
Person.
It was 2018 Halloween. A stray black cat had been coming around our house. This was before I moved into my mom's. This was at my dad's. And I was thinking about killing him. I then hid the body in a shoebox, and then I disposed to the trash and got away with it. Okay, that cat.
Did you keep them for a while like you did this guy, or?
I kept it for 3 days. Then it started to
Jesus.
You got the 3 days and it stinks.
also because bodies, bacteria starts to.
I mean, what? He's doing the typical SK type maneuvers. I'm glad they got him when they did because this guy would have done a lot of damage. What a sick little shite.
Float the body after a day to 3 days. So
When did you start thinking about killing people?
6 months ago,
So, how old are you?
I turned 19 last month.
So when thinking
January,
back,
2 months ago.
okay, thinking back, it sounds like you
Hola.
Well, actually, I was thinking of killing people during the cat, but I wasn't acting on it. But I started seriously thinking about killing people a year ago.
How about when you were 12? Did you think about killing?
No,
So what in your life has changed, or what in your mind has changed to make
I
you?
don't know.
Was it like something all of a sudden one day you woke up and thought I'll kill someone, or was it a gradual?
It was gradual, I think.
So tell me about when those thoughts first started happening.
Well, in high school, last year, my parents found a kit I had with assembling. It had hammers, shovels, knives, large zip ties, duct tape, saw. That was meant for hurting people.
Jesus,
They found
Lord.
it though, and I had convinced them it was via other methods, for other things. Like, and it was an ultimatum where if I didn't throw it away, all that, they would call the police, and then I would have been arrested on charges of conspiracy. And so yeah, that was last year, before Halloween.
So what made you put that kit together?
That was for nights like that.
Okay. So back then you were thinking about doing this.
Yes. That was $100 thrown away.
How much was the knife you used this time?
20. That was the same one. The last one I got was very sharp and impressed me, so I bought the same one.
Okay. Where'd you buy it?
Safeway, my work.
Oh, when? Like recently or a long time?
Month ago.
What a disgusting little piece of shite.
And the knife is it? You said it's really sharp. I'm just curious what kind is it?
Precision 8-inch. A good cook precision 8-inch. 12-inch. I don't know which one. I think 8-inch.
Like they just sell it on the shelf? Like
It was in a package with the other kitchenware.
One of the most disturbing things to me is how casually he's talking about this. He's spilling every thought, every action, and he's not upset with himself. If anything, he's coming across as proud of himself. Like I said, this was an SK in the making. Thank God he is out of everywhere. He doesn't need to be in the public. That's for damn sure. Little bags of let's get him freaking. Oh, this guy. Just gross guy.
When you said, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sick in the head.
I'm really curious when you talked about the hammer and the shovels and the knives and like the zip ties. I mean, what
Yeah.
was kind of your plan then? That's a little bit different than you did this time.
Oh, yeah.
So what was the plan back then?
The plan was to go find, because there's no prostitutes in Grand Junction, I don't think. Have you ever had any sex crimes?
yeah. There's not prostitutes like 5 of them standing alongside the road, but there's prostitutes in Grand Junction.
Yeah, the plan was to go with one of them and have them come with me. And then the plan was to subdue them and tie them up and then torture her. That would have been sexual in nature. This was just to see what it felt like.
Just
That
to
would have
see
been
what it felt like.
Sexual.
So you thought about the sexual killing, but this one was just to see what killing felt.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
So what made you not go back to the same plan and get, if you kind of had that as a plan?
Would I have been caught?
Well, I don't know. My point is, if your folks, your mom found your stuff, right?
Jeez.
And got rid of it.
Are you kidding
Why
me?
didn't you go back to that plan? Why change plans?
Too much risky. First
Oh,
time in a row, they'll be like, okay, that's really suspicious, but okay, we forgive you, don't do it again.
okay.
Second time in a row, we're calling the police on you.
Oh,
I didn't want to do that again.
okay, fair enough.
Risk.
And so they didn't call the police.
No, because I told they gave me an ultimatum, have them throw it all away or call the police. So I threw it all away because
Okay, so you thought if you started rebuilding that plan, they'd find out.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's where this plan came from.
Okay. All right.
It's not really a plan, it was improvised, kind of. Not really planning, just if...
Opportunity presented itself.
Yes, opportunity.
Yeah.
If the opportunity, then X.
Okay. If you had not been caught by your folks, what do you think you would have done next?
With the kid.
I don't know. With it, no. Let's talk about like today. If you would have been able to get rid of the head, and your folks did not find it.
Well, it depends.
Okay.
Would you guys have been able to solve it if the body was down the river, the head and hands were missing, and there were no fingerprints or DNA?
Well, we'd like to think so, but who knows?
Right. Who knows? We'd love to think so, but
So
who
let's say
knows?
we didn't solve it. What happens next?
Then what would you have thought of to do next?
Well, I thought I would have been very careful because I would have been worried at any moment this could become a cold case and then it could be solved later on down the line. It was just to see what it felt like. And if I had gotten away with it, I would have just kept the secret to good grief.
So, to see what it felt like. What did it feel like?
It was intense. It was a rush of adrenaline.
Okay.
My whole body was shaking. Not like out of fear. It was like...
Jesus.
Have you ever had that feeling before?
Yes.
When?
It was years ago. Well, no, actually, it wasn't. It was occasionally my thoughts get the better of me, and sometimes I don't know how to describe it. It isn't a panic attack. It isn't anything like that. I'll give you an example. I was watching a video when all of a sudden I start going into existential thoughts. I get the feeling, I know that it isn't, but I get the feeling that there are eyes on the walls watching me, eyes on the furniture.
Good God.
And I cover myself up. I'm like, oh God, eyes. And I'm worried if I stick anything out from the bed, blades will come up and chop it off. I know that's not going to happen, but I'm worried about that.
Okay.
So then my whole body was shaking up and down.
So it's like a fear adrenaline? Is that what you have in the eyes?
Not really fear. There was a thought that.
Okay. And then killing the guy was the same?
It wasn't fear. It was just pure
Adrenaline? Brutal. You went into a muddy boat launch and ended up in the river.
excitement, I suppose. Not excitement as in joy, just excitement as in increased heartbeat, sweating, that type of thing.
Like an adrenaline jump.
Yeah. Although I wasn't breaking the sweat killing the guy. It was quite easy.
Well, did you enjoy it or not enjoy it?
Did I enjoy it?
I can't believe how he's just blabbering.
I don't know. Sort of neutral to the whole thing. I didn't enjoy it. But
Well said, JJ.
So, I'm curious about the cutting him up, taking parts of him home. Have you ever thought about, so it sounds like you've had like Ted Bundy, sex type stuff. Did Ed Kemper just kill people because you want to kill somebody, plus the sex stuff. How about Jeffrey Dahmer?
It wasn't really inspired by it. It was just more,
I'm just trying to think of all the people I can
these people can do it, so can I. Can I use the restroom?
Absolutely.
I'll let you do that. Oh, right here.
Okay, I'm right here now. I'll walk this way.
Are you serious, Shauna?
What else? So, clearly we know what you did, right?
Yeah.
And you're can you tell me, not only help me with your case, which the more you can tell me about that, the better to help me. But like maybe somebody else is in school now, or to help catch somebody else. Well, I mean, I don't know what's in your brain. I never will unless you.
Nothing good.
I was suicidal, I want to say, 2 years ago.
Okay.
And let's see. I had expressed thoughts of killing myself to my therapist, Brett. And he said if I ever felt like that week they were going into crisis mode. And I did feel like that eventually. So I was taken to Mine Springs and offered, a stay for like 8 days.
Okay.
Or I could go back home, and I chose the back home option.
Okay. And no, you didn't kill yourself. How about anything else about killing people, or your planning, or how long? It sounds like for quite a while you've been driving around thinking like it. How often do you drive around?
A week, every 2 weeks.
For how long?
I want to say 2 months.
Okay.
I was caught doing it before, and so they didn't let me go anywhere really.
Okay.
My parents caught me. They didn't really want me going anywhere, so I didn't do that for a while. And then about 2 months ago, maybe 3, I started doing it again.
When did they catch you?
It was the kid.
Okay.
They didn't.
She was driving around with kids.
No, actually, I was walking around with the kid.
Jesus, man.
But I had the kid, went out, searched a couple places, trying to walking around with the backpack and the kid. The backpack had the most stuff in it. And the kid, just trying to look for someone. They caught me when I went back inside. My parents caught me. They didn't check the kid, the backpack. They were like, "What are you doing out?" And I'm like, "I'm getting a breath of fresh air." And they're like, "Okay." But it was a few days later when they found out what was in the kid.
Okay.
So I'm almost confrontational about it. And yeah, I stopped doing it for a while there because of the risk.
And then 3 months ago you started driving around again?
Yeah.
With a new kid?
Yeah. No, a kid, you can call it, I guess. It was just clubs and a knife.
Okay. And a plan?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Every time you drive around, you wear the same jumpsuit and stuff? Or
no, I would occasionally wear other. I would sometimes wear other clothes. But yeah, for the most part, the jumpsuit was reserved for an occasion like that.
So if you found somebody,
Yeah.
is it to make you feel better, or to scare them because you look like Mike Myers?
The association with I just only bought it because I was dressing up as Michael Myers at one Halloween. It wasn't because of Michael Myers. It was because it's so nondescript. Okay. It's just a suit. It's just a one-piece suit. You know? It's not any individual brand or anything like that anyone can identify. So it was just...
So to avoid getting caught, is that...
Partially, yeah. Because I didn't see any fiber. I mean, there's probably fibers going off of it. But I didn't think there was maybe anything that could come off of it.
So you went home, took that off, washed all that. Did you, like, take a shower, do anything that way? Did you have blood on you?
I had blood on me. I washed my hands. Just thoroughly.
And was your mom home when you were doing all this?
No. She was at my dad's house. I made sure to never do anything that was disquieting.
Okay.
With her around. It was always her at her dad's house, at my dad's house, and then I do that.
So any idea, like, a time of night when you started looking for this person?
That night of the murder, it was 10 p.m. 9:30, 10 p.m. And I found the person that I found, Warren Brown, at 11. Murdered him. 30 minutes, 15 minutes I spent there mauling his body. And then I tried to go to sleep for an hour. I was worried about it, so got dressed up in a different outfit. Dumped his body at 1 a.m. Failed that. Got a car accident soon after. And then I went home at like 3.
So before you found him, did you work that day or?
No, I did not work that day. Because of the abscess on my arm, I was not working at all that week because it was too painful.
Okay. So had you decided that's what you were going to go look for, so you put on those clothes and started out, or something different?
And
so when you first started looking for him, was that your intention, like when you started? I don't know how else to ask.
That I was going to kill someone that night?
Well, you were going to look for someone that night?
Yeah, when I was driving, I was always looking for someone.
Okay. And you already had those clothes on, or something different?
So wait, let's restart a bit. So after I got the different clothes on, the goal was to kill another person.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't.
We're talking 2 different.
Hold on. Yeah, when you left your house at 9:30, I know exactly where you two are missing yours. When you left your house at 9:30 that night, you were in the blue clothes.
Yes.
You were heading out to go find somebody to murder.
If the opportunity arose.
If the opportunity arose. Then you're saying when you went back home, you just got on different clothes because you had already washed the blue stuff.
And then when I got on the different clothes, that was to dispose of the body.
Okay. Not to murder someone else.
No.
It was to dispose of the body.
Yes.
Okay.
And what clothes did you put on the second?
So this is totally what evil looks like. This guy here, this is what evil is and what evil looks like. You can't always tell when someone's just walking down the street. As we always say, follow your gut, because he's not the only guy out there like this one.
Second time.
It was black skinny jeans, plain shirt, and a jacket.
What shoes?
My nice shoes.
Okay.
Those are covered behind the couch as well.
Okay.
What kind of shoes are those?
They look like these, but not worn down.
Okay.
Black nondescript.
So anytime during that night, 9:30. Oh wait, then you get stuck in the mud. How did you get from there back to your house?
Because the car went into the water because I couldn't pull up the hill. I was in it. I got out. I was drenched. It was cold. I would have gotten hypothermia. I nearly died. And I made my way up out of the parking lot into the road. And I was waiting for someone I could flag down. And it happened. It was an old friend, high school friend, Keller.
Right.
And they let me heat up in their car, and they let me call my parents. My parents showed up, called tow trucks. None of them were able to. And then the police came, and then I was dropped.
Let me follow up with that. Keller, tell me about. So where did you know Keller from? R5 or Fruta?
Fruta.
Okay. Happen to remember his last name?
No.
And you said they. So who's they?
Keller and his grandpa. I'm assuming it was his grandpa. It was an older man that was driving, your age.
What kind of car?
White,
Old guy,
four-door,
your age.
SUV, I guess. I'm not sure what it was.
Okay.
I know that it was white.
Is Keller your same age?
I'd say he's a bit older.
Okay.
He's bigger, taller.
You said you knew him from school. Do you happen to remember if he was up in years, down in years?
He was the same year.
Okay. So should have graduated. Did you graduate on time?
Yeah, I did.
You graduated when you were supposed to graduate.
Yes.
So he should have graduated 2020 also,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Blonde hair, you said big guy.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Taller than me.
And you're pretty tall. How tall are you?
1 189 centimeters.
Okay.
Almost exactly 6'2.5"
Okay.
225 pounds. And trying to lose weight, I was at 240. Yeah, thank you.
And I had another follow-up question, Pete. Is that all right if I jump in now? I know I asked you this, but I'm unclear on, I'm apparently having a hard time remembering. Okay, you said there was a gentleman from the Lotus.
Brett Phillips, PhD.
Yeah. Brett Phillips, PhD from Lotus Counseling.
Yes.
High functioning Asperger's, ADHD, major depressive disorder.
And I was tested at other facility. The doctor's name was Kathleen. It's off of Grand.
Okay.
They tested me for autism for formal diagnosis. I got Asperger's, which is high functioning autism.
Yep.
And they also said I was schizo something. That isn't me misremembering. They just said you're schizo something, whether that be schizophrenia, schizoaffective, schizotypal, or schizoid disorder. They said I had something that was schizo.
And who said that?
The
Kathleen?
Not the Kathleen. It was some other staff member.
You know what might help us? Would you be willing to sign a form so we can talk to them and see what it is?
Yeah. It wasn't formal. It wasn't formal that they said I was schizo. It was just you.
Well, then they'd have some kind of record of talking to you. And
They said something like you have symptoms of a schizo disorder.
Okay.
Whichever one that was. They didn't specify which one. So I'm just like, okay.
So, well, she's getting that form. Let me ask you this. So where I was getting was, so you leave your house, I'm assuming, at 9:30.
Yeah.
And you're already in the jumpsuit.
Yeah.
So between 9:30 and when you found the guy, did you stop anywhere?
Yeah.
Get gas?
I got a gas station. I was at a quarter tank.
Okay, so where did you get gas?
It was a Shell right by here.
The Shell.
It's right here.
Right here.
First and Grand.
Biscuit Grand. Whatever.
First and Grand?
Yeah, it's right here. It's right across from our office.
It was there.
Do you remember how much gas you
Yeah, he's got a lot of issues. But what's blowing me away is how he's just sitting there. His leg keeps on going. I'm noticing he keeps shaking his leg. But he is like spilling it. He's like, here's my doctor. I did this. And then I wanted to do it again. And it's like, whoa, you are one messed up individual. Schizo something.
got? How you paid for it or something just when you found your receipt?
Credit card. It was $45.
Okay.
Filled up all the way.
Credit card. You ever know what the last four of the credit card or something so we can find a receipt, or do you have it?
5336.
And what time do you think you got gas?
He did tell us that. I have that in here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I know you told
Too
him
many
that.
running in and out.
Do you remember? Because you told me. 10:15.
It was sometime between 9 and 10 a.m. And I got it like 10:15, 10:30
Was it before or after you found the gas?
before.
Okay.
I filled up so I could keep prowling. Or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
I gave you several. You probably need the one, Mr. Phillips.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
That was years ago. 2-3 years.
2 or 3 years ago. Okay. And when was it that you were tested recently for autism?
Wasn't recently. It was also years ago. I want to say 2 years ago.
Okay. And I'm confused. You said schizo something or?
Yeah, the doctors, they did not specify. They said I had symptoms of a schizo disorder, whether that be schizophrenia, schizoid disorder, schizotypal, anything with schizo. They just said that. I was never formally diagnosed with anything like that.
Do you feel like you had that?
I don't know. Possible to tell. Self-diagnosing is foolish.
Yeah. But do you Schizophrenia is pretty
Extreme.
clear because people
I don't have.
recognize they have a different personality in there.
I don't have any hallucinations.
Okay.
I have.
So yeah, this stuff on the back, this is what he, at the very beginning, what he drew as far as this is located there. It's his own little personal map that they let him draw on the wall. Can you imagine being the parents of this guy, finding this stuff in your home and realizing it's your kid that is doing this stuff? Wow.
I have delusions, I guess.
Okay.
Like years ago, I thought I was obsessed with people staring at me. Like I felt people watching me from every window. The birds were looking at me, watching me.
Okay.
Creative purpose. That was a delusion, I suppose.
Okay, right. But you don't have times where you feel like another personality is in your body? Like,
No, that's
you remember all this.
That's dissociative identity disorder.
Right.
Schizophrenia is.
Well, you have multiple people talking to you at the same time, kind of a thing.
No one was talking to me.
Okay. I mean, I've spoken to somebody with diagnosed schizophrenia, so we had a conversation about it.
It was schizo anything.
Something. Yeah, they just thought you might, but they did not diagnose. Okay.
Do you want to go over these?
Go for it.
So, maybe the easiest way is you read here what this is, the form, so I can talk to the doctors and get your records to see what they said.
Yeah.
So if you want to read that, if you agree to let me do that, then sign it. And since I don't really know the names of your doctors, if you just, you'll have to do a couple of, there's two different doctors, but put their
I
name.
don't know their names. That's too long ago. You'd have to ask.
Oh, I thought you just told her what the,
Is Kathleen something?
that Mind Springs?
No, I can't remember the name. I could show you the address on a map.
Do you remember the name of the place?
I could show you it on a map.
Okay. We'll find my map again.
This is a nice pen.
Make sure you read it, because I don't want you to sign it. So.
Yeah, no, it's allowing them to help in a criminal prosecution.
Right. It's allowing me to get your medical records or psychological. So, did you read it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So then if you...
Oh, sure, sorry.
Okay. Date's March 1st. Get to the date.
Should I sign that?
Let me just put it over on the side itself. That's for us, like if you were a child and your mom. So was one of them Mind Springs?
Mind Springs, I was sent as an option. I was briefly there maybe
Okay.
for
The people
A
that
few
told
hours.
you were like Asperger's, who's that?
I don't know their name. I can show you on a map. Or
And then the schizo,
they were the same people that
Okay.
they test.
that's where I was trying to get at, how many forms you names, it wasn't for the map.
Of course, they got my pass.
Calm, cool, and collected.
Okay. Where was I?
May I?
Yep. You're right there, back in.
I want to sit here. It was one of those two buildings. It was that one, 327.
This one?
Yeah. No, that's not it. Wait a minute. Oh, what the?
I think your mom would know if we walked over it.
Yeah. Yeah. Should be there.
Unreal.
So, given
I can't
your-
believe what we're seeing.
and what you've been thinking about and all the other things, you believe I thought you wanted to be a serial killer?
Only if it brought me fame. For a while, I was willing to do anything, good or bad. That was years ago in school. I was willing to do anything, whether it be good or bad, just to gain notoriety, fame, influence.
Okay. You think mom listens to this?
I hope so.
I have a question for you. Do you know a Patty Hoffman?
Yes, I do.
Who is that person?
She was my therapist recently, a year ago.
Okay. Therapist. Where at?
That place?
No.
I can't believe he just doesn't give shite.
Who's on route?
On Rude.
Yeah.
And that person was a therapist?
Counselor, therapist.
Okay.
Institute of Western Colorado. Oh, okay. Who's that? Oh, that's like a huge complex.
It was a health services place.
Okay.
I wasn't there for physical reasons, so
Yeah, the whole thing is a health complex. So.
it was in this building.
Mhm.
What about Amy
Physical
Shiro?
therapy. Amy, she was my advocate. She was a job advocate.
Oh, okay.
That helped me. That was an option for helping me get a job.
Okay.
So they've been studying people like this for years. I mean, as far back as I can remember. And I mean, this can't be fixed. There's no fixing what this guy's doing or done or how his head works. I mean, what do they do with a guy like this? Do you sit there and study him, or do you put him into population and let them deal with him? What do you do with a loser like this? What happens next? I think they need to be studied.
And then who's Dr. Caden? Caiden? A neuropsychologist?
Female or male?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Don't say sorry
Caden
to
is the
him.
last name, I can tell you that.
Sounds familiar. I'm not sure who.
Okay. So Patty Hoffman may have information because she was your therapist, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I don't know where Dr. Caden works, but we're going to need a release for that.
Just put Hoffman.
Yeah.
Patty Hoffman.
Thank you for all the links in there, Mexi. That's awesome. You know, guys like this don't care. They really do not care. Look at him. He doesn't look like he's stressed out about his actions. He's not stressed out giving out information. Nothing. He just doesn't care.
I think it is on Rude. I think it's like 321 Rude or something like that.
Yeah.
So who's the other one?
Dr. Caden. Caiden.
Okay. So this is the same form. Since there are two places left.
I believe Ed Kemper should be studied. I mean, there's an interesting brain for you, to put it in blunt terms. Like, how do you figure out how they tick? I don't know the answer.
No, those are the names that I came across. I do have another question. and I believe I understand you, but I'm just double checking, Brian. Bear with me.
Yes.
Was anyone with you when you did this besides yourself?
No.
Okay. Did you ever in your lifetime have any kind of serious head injury?
No.
Like, concussion or I don't know, car accident, anything like that?
None.
Okay. Any other major physical ailments, either in the past or currently? Did you ever break your legs, things like that?
None.
Wow. Okay. That's very healthy. Man, that's healthy. Okay. All right. No, I think I'm good.
Okay,
I'm looking at you.
couple more things. What do you think about anything else we need to know, I guess? Can I get swab, you said there's blood, you washed it, all that, can I get your DNA just so we don't have to guess if it's yours or his? So, take those out. You don't have to give it to me, by the way. I'm just asking if you will. So if you will, put those in your mouth and swab it around. Rub your cheeks. You can hold them together. I need both of them, so.
Yeah, here you go, guys. Anything else? Let me help you. He's said everything. He's just spilling it.
I'll go to my office if you want me to. In my thing is a scale. So I can take pictures of it.
Oh, yes, I will go get your scale.
Thank you.
I do have a very quick question. I'm very curious. How do you feel about all this now?
I mean, the next 15 years of my life, book set in stone, prison. If I go back tonight, probably wouldn't have done it.
Whatever.
Knowing what it felt like, knowing how this will all turn out, I wouldn't have done it.
Well, what did you think it was going to feel like? What did you said you were curious. What did you think it was going to feel like?
I thought it would be the best feeling in the world.
Okay.
Best feeling in the
You
world.
didn't feel much of anything.
Excitement.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Unreal. Excitement. Just all of these. Oh, lordy, lordy. Good morning, Mom. Good to see you. And I think you're right, James. He does not feel. I'm not sure why he would think 15 years then out. Absolute psychopath. Boom, James. Just wow.
But other than that, no.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay. That's just curious. Thank you. Be right back.
I just want to make sure. Had you parked your car and got out, or you saw him from your car and then got out?
Well said, Tony. Very well said.
Parked my car. I saw him from my car. Parked my car. Got out. Got down the road. Saw shape here. Parked my car. Got out. Saw him here.
Okay.
Got my stuff. The knives and the gloves. And then...
Did he see you?
No, he was not woken up until I pulled the sheets back.
Did he... So, I know this is going to be really fast. You pulled sheets back.
And
Before you stabbed him, did he see you?
no. And I pulled the sheets back. I get on him like a knee and then stab him. And he wakes up and he's, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah,
And I think you stabbed him anywhere besides... I know you said the neck a lot of times. How many times do you think? Did you
Oh,
count?
God.
No. I was going until he stopped.
Okay, how many? Just your best idea how many times?
30 or 40.
Okay. And said the neck. Besides cutting his arms off.
Well, actually, it was a general assault. I was mainly targeting his neck because that's the most vulnerable area. I was stabbing his head, anywhere in that general area. I stabbed his head multiple
How
times.
about his chest, his stomach?
His chest, I stabbed once through the ribs.
Which hand were you using?
Right hand. It was his right ribs, and I just went. I sliced open his belly, carved up his leg. Not like I made several slices at his leg.
Why did you do that?
I was just doing everything I thought at the moment.
So let's talk about before you were sure he was dead. Where else did you stab him before he was dead?
Nowhere but the head and neck.
Okay. When did you stab him in the chest?
After he perished.
Okay, and how did you know he perished?
He let out a final gasp.
Okay.
And he wasn't fighting later on. He was losing too much energy, blood loss. And he just finally gasped, and I needed to make sure, peace of mind, so I decapitated him. Partially as for the hell of it.
So let's try to go step by step. You said you stabbed him in the neck and the head while he was alive.
Yes, I paused. We had a conversation where he said, "Why are you doing this?" And I said, "I felt."
So this is the thing. He is very nonchalant. Well said. This whole thing has been mind-blowing for me, watching how he is so willing to discuss everything he did. And I think, yeah, Shauna, he giggled at, well, he laughed at one point. God. He's just wholly broken. I don't even know. Everything that's going through my mind with this guy, I cannot say on YouTube.
Felt like doing this for a long time. I continued. He died, deceased, whatever you want to call it. And then I stabbed his ribs, opened up his belly, sliced his leg multiple times.
Okay.
Derobed him, and then decapitated him, removed his hands, his joints.
Did you derobe him before or after you opened his belly?
After I opened his belly.
So you cut through his clothes to open?
No, I lifted up his shirt. And just,
okay. Which way did you go? Like a deer this way or like this way?
No,
Yes.
this way across his belly.
Okay.
He was
You didn't see his heart or anything?
No, he was very thin.
Okay.
I thought about taking out.
What else do you think you saw in his...
What do I think?
Internally, what did you see?
I saw his liver, his large and small intestine, and that's it. Some of it was yellow. I was thinking about taking out his heart. I was thinking about crushing the ribs and disemboweling him entirely.
Good God.
Okay. Did you disembowel him at all, or just cut him open?
I cut him open, but his organs spilled out by themselves when I was dumping him.
Oh, yeah, okay.
God.
Anything else? Did you take anything besides his head? Like anything internally?
No.
And how did you know it was his liver? I mean, you ever go hunting, or how do you know it's somebody's liver when you open them up?
It's dark, purple, brownish.
Okay.
It's large up here. I just knew it was liver. I've taken anatomy and physiology,
Okay.
so I knew it was his
That
liver.
makes sense. I was just curious if you've ever seen one before, or you're just guessing, or how you know.
I've seen some.
Hey there, Ruth.
Two things.
Good morning.
I think he came in this, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, so the way it's coming out that my understanding is he did attack a cat, which, this is what they do. And then he made himself up a kit. I think the parents found that kit. So a little bit later, he ended up creating something else that he could take along with him. And he went hunting. He found Warren. He deleted him. He fouled absolutely everything up. And here he is telling everything he did. Very descriptive. This is why we've got the trigger warning through the entire stream. This guy is one sick puppy. And like I said earlier, be aware, because he is not the only one out there. He's been caught, but there's hundreds like him throughout the country that are not locked up. Watch your surroundings. If you get bad, I call it vibes, if you pick up bad energy, stay the hell away from that individual, because your body is telling you that this person is a predator.
It's for your hand.
Yeah.
So we can do. We'll finish all the forms, and we'll get your hands.
So I know you talked about your phone, or at least somewhere you Google searched something. We'd like to look at your phone. And do you have a computer at home?
I do.
Is it yours?
It's family owned, but I'm the one who uses it.
Oh, okay. Is it a desktop or a laptop?
The desktop.
Okay. What kind? Is it your mom's or dad's?
I don't know.
You don't know where it is?
No, I don't know who owns it.
Oh,
Oh, no, it's at my mom's.
yeah, it's your mom.
Sorry, I thought you asked
That's
who
okay.
owned it.
Oh, okay. That's okay. And you use it.
Yes.
Have you looked up some of this stuff we've talked about? I think you talked about looking some of things up or on the internet. Do you use the computer
Yes.
or the phone?
Both.
So, there's another form, if you wouldn't mind. You just need to get pictures of, since you do have cuts on your hands, and you said you,
That was from picking up the knife wrong.
and was it before or after you killed the guy?
Before.
Okay.
So, why?
Do you want me to hold it?
That's all right. I just set him on the table. Right? It's useful. Use with all his hands there.
It does help.
Got stuck trying to get rid of Warren's body. His vehicle got stuck. He
So your right hand
cut
is-
himself. He made so many
Use your
mistakes.
right hand
The
and
parents found heads, legs, knees, and toes
flip that one up. Like this.
in their house. Not literally all of them. Head and just, oh, this
Also
guy
held
is
down
just,
partially with my left hand.
Okay.
he's sick.
Like that, so I can see that cut.
That's right, Tony. He thinks it's a normal curiosity. And good to see you, Ruth.
And you said you cut some other fingers. Well, let's see.
Well, this one and this one, that was the only one that
Well,
was.
maybe do this again, because I'm not sure I got those.
His legs have
So I'll mess up.
kept vibrating. I'm not quite sure what that's all about because he's not showing any concern.
How about this? No, let's look at this hand, make sure that you, what's this on this finger?
This one?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Do you think you cut it that night, or is it just?
I agree.
Someone else.
They usually refine their skills.
Oh, hold that finger out.
They caught him early.
Picture so I know which hand I take a picture of.
How about?
You bet, Ruth.
There, right there.
Hey, Pete, there's somebody outside. They're going to help you with those forms. If you could address them quickly, that would be great.
Dress them.
Yes. With your forms.
All these ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brian, may I continue to talk with you? Is that okay?
Sure.
How you doing?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm usually okay.
Okay.
I'm usually okay.
What do we need to know about you that we haven't asked? I'd love to think we think of everything, but we don't. Reality.
What do you need to know?
I don't know. What do we need to know about you that we haven't asked?
I was planning to go into the military,
Okay.
planning to go into forensics or nursing, and eventually go into law enforcement.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
How come go to forensics and then to law enforcement?
Forensics helps with the law enforcement degree. Plus military service also helps.
It does help. What were you going to do in the military?
Probably go into Air Force.
Were you to do what? You don't know. You just like the Air Force?
So, easiest branch, physically,
I heard that.
reputation that all the smartest people go in. Not that I'm implying I'm smart, it's just,
Well, I'm going to guess you were pretty smart. Have you ever had an IQ test?
not a full one. When they were testing me and they said I was schizo something, that whole affair,
Right.
they gave me a weird IQ test. It didn't test me as a score tested aspect. I got really, really high on 1 and 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just do again. I asked him what it is about him we need to know that we haven't asked, and then I got sidetracked on IQ testing. So it wasn't a number. It was just kind of,
Yeah, it was, I don't even know what they were testing for. Which one that I got high on? It was a weird test. They didn't even give me a score.
How weird. Okay.
I want to refund.
Did you like any of the like therapists or people? Did you find any of them? Did you like them?
It was interesting. Brett Phillips was a little too, sorry to get political. He was a little bit too left-leaning.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Okay. And what about the others?
They were fine.
Okay. What year did you transfer? What school year did you transfer from Furta to R5? What grade were you in?
2019.
So not your senior year, junior year?
Yeah, 11th grade.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't know, because evidently you guys already talked about the gas station. I don't know, did you guys talk about everywhere you went that night, before and after you found him? Especially before. How long did you drive around? Where all this?
Too many places. I went down to the area around the airport with all the hotels.
Okay.
I went.
Did you go buy a Coke anywhere, or
No,
just
nowhere.
keep driving? Or
I just kept driving.
Okay.
Waiting for a telltale sign.
Anywhere else? So the hotel area.
Main Street a couple times.
Okay.
The area around Main Street, Whitman Park, around that area.
Okay. Did you get out of the car anywhere else besides the gas and
No, nowhere else.
Did you have your phone with you that night?
First part I did because for the first part I did, including murder. I had my phone on me. I was using it to find places like I didn't know where they were, so I would use it to go exactly find where that hotel area was because I don't know where it is.
Okay. So how did you find it?
How did I find what?
How did you use your phone to find an area?
GPS.
You just type something in?
Yeah, I looked at a location.
So what kind of locations were you looking for?
Areas sort of not residential where homeless people would be sleeping.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Is that how you found that area where you
Yes.
found him?
Yeah, it was secluded, and it was by the train tracks. I know homeless people like to be there.
Okay. Did you take any pictures that night?
Yes, but I deleted them.
Okay.
Entirely.
Where did you take pictures?
After I killed him, I took a picture of him, his hands, but I deleted all those because those are evidence.
Okay.
I don't know if you can find them, but
When you say you deleted them entirely, that's an interesting statement. What do you mean by that?
I removed them from my phone. Deleted the pictures.
Okay.
Do you have a web thing that your pictures go to,
No.
photos or something?
No,
Or just on your
they're deleted.
Okay. Were they there?
They were, yes.
On a web thing?
On my phone.
Okay. I understand that. So like mine, I can delete them on my phone, but they still end up going somewhere else.
No.
Anything else you can think of we should look for? Did you tell anybody about what you did before today?
No, I haven't told anyone that I committed murder.
Okay. Nobody a web thing or something?
Nowhere.
I don't know. Did you tell your parents? You said they kind of confronted you when you saw that. Did you give them details about all of this?
The murder?
Yeah.
I didn't tell them either.
Oh, because they confronted you, right?
No, they only confronted me when the police arrived.
Oh.
They acted like nothing was wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, until the police arrived.
Okay. Well, since the head was no longer in your closet and it was in the kitchen sink, you knew the gig was up, right?
Oh, yeah. I was just waiting. They're
Right.
coming.
Yeah. Okay.
What else do you want us to know? This is probably our one chance to get to talk to you.
I don't know. Yep. I don't know.
Okay.
What else do you want to know?
Anything you want to talk about? What happened or what you remember? Or do you think anybody saw you?
I mean, maybe a few people saw me standing behind there, but after the murder was committed, whenever someone would drive by, I would hide behind here.
Okay. Anybody drive by while you were doing that?
Oh, yes. A few people, but I wouldn't be able to identify their car, them,
Would they have been able to see what you were doing?
No, I think it would have been too secluded. They couldn't see the body. They could only see maybe my leg.
Okay.
At best.
And just to confirm, you said you took the hands, you took the head, you got both arms off and threw them. Did the legs stay attached?
The legs stayed attached.
Okay. All right. And that went with the body down the river?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the wallet you took? Any other personal items you took home or somewhere else?
No.
No trophy things? That what the wallet was?
Yeah. I was planning to maybe keep a finger.
Okay. You haven't got that far yet?
No.
Okay.
Why a finger?
It's small. Not that much space. It won't sell that much.
Makes sense.
You could keep.
Yeah.
Well, let us step out and figure out where we're going next, okay?
Okay.
Be right back.
Where will I be staying?
We're going to be staying here for a while, but we're going to figure out all the...
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be here, but hold on just a minute, okay?
We're going to figure all that out. Okay.
Jesus, Lord Murphy.
Still in here?
Yeah.
Right, James?
Oh, you want that for your map?
Oh.
Huh.
Do you want me to redraw it?
Well, I was going to take a picture of it, but
Oh, okay. Sorry.
that's okay. That's all right. You're right. You're right. So here's what I think is going to happen, and Pete's double checking. But so you're going to go here. You're going to go to our jail here, and then we'll go further. We have to do a bunch of paperwork has to be done. But you have to go to jail now. You can understand that from our position. Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to do, unless you have something else. Okay.
Were any of the clothes you're wearing now, were you wearing that day?
No.
Okay. Anything, your phone's not on you, anything like that?
No, they
Where's your phone? Oh, they took it.
took my phone.
Okay. Yeah.
I wish I had my phone.
Why do you wish you had your phone?
Something to do.
Yeah, fair. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have your parents' phone number and stuff? You can call from the jail?
Yeah.
You know that?
You know?
I do know.
Okay.
We'll go around.
Well, we can do it. I don't care.
May I use the bathroom one last time?
Of course.
I'll take it again.
Okay, yeah, I won't. And I'll meet you out there.
Wow, guys. Wow. Now there is a dangerous individual for you. The way he just vomited all of his words, told him his actions, told him where to look, drew them a map. Oh, and I mean, this guy said he would do it again. It's, oh, Lordy. Yeah, Mexi, I feel like he is missing fear. There's something missing. Yeah, I'll just keep a finger. It's small. Yeah, his trophies, like we were saying a little bit earlier, it's a good thing they got him off the streets because he was going to start doing more damage, hurting more people. He made like so many mistakes that got him caught. And thank God, you don't need that fool running around. But like I said earlier, you know what? Just keep your eyes peeled. Follow your guts, because there are more people like this little moron running around on our streets. Keep a finger like rabbit's foot on keys. Exactly. And I mean, he brought heads and hands home. Oh, this sick little shit. So he's gone. Thank God. He is gone. You won't see this little puke on the streets again. So I've got a little bit of real world stuff to deal with today, but I'm going to set up a members only, and we're going to talk about P. Diddy and what the hell's going on with that case. It sounds like He's still in the US. We'll have to do some digging. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. That was mind-blowing. Yeah, that's what I thought too, JJ. He got he got life without plus 13 and a half years. So yeah, bye-bye. Bye-bye. So guys, yeah, thanks very much once again for hanging out with me and learning a little bit about Brian Cohee. So like I said, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. And I do. I adore you all. I appreciate you. And I'll absolutely see you guys in the next one.